everyone, welcome back to Immediate Movie Reactions. I'm here after watching 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Now, I will say a couple things that I've already said before. First is that 28 Days Later is one of my all-time favorite films, especially in the horror genre. I freaking love that movie. I love it so much. I think there are so many brilliant, beautiful scenes in that. It is brutal. It is a new take on the zombie. I know they're not zombies, on the infected. I did not like 28 Years Later. I thought it was silly. I thought it was derivative. I know things about the film now, like the fact that it was mostly filmed on iPhones, and they did that specifically to give it that sort of janky look to it. And that actually, I think, is brilliant. I think that Fiennes as Dr. I think it's Ian Kelson. Ian. Is a fantastic character. Great idea for a character. I like that they're building up the lore. It's sort of like if you're taking away Mad Max from George Miller, right? You can still get the same feel, but you can add a little bit more to the story. And maybe that's for good or ill, because I think this really, even though it's not directed by Alex Garland, I think that in Bone Temple, even though it's a lot more about Kelson, it kind of falls apart because it's too much on Jimmy. And so the story is basically that Spike has now, after the end of the last film, he's fallen in with the Jimmies, which is this cult, the satanic cult, and they think that the devil has sent all these, I'm going to call them zombies, I don't care, right? They have sent all these demons, all these zombies. And what it does is they're out not trying to kill them, but just trying to kill like other people because they're fucking psychopaths. I did not really get into this film. I think that there was a level of brutality and violence that in some ways I appreciate, but in other ways I just wasn't down for. I wasn't interested in. I wasn't looking for that. I wanted more about Kelson. He ends up having the single dumbest scene that I've seen in any of these movies, or maybe any movie ever. It involves Iron Maiden. It's basically a musical video interlude about 3/4 of the way through this film, as for some reason this Jimmy gang, who are like, I thought were Power Rangers, but they're like Teletubbies, no joke, Teletubbies, and are roaming the countryside killing people, and they can just, kill the infected without any problem at all. And so they end up meeting finally with Kelson. How in 28 years have they never gone there? The dude has got a giant bone temple, right? That's the damn name of the movie, Bone Temple. There's a fire going. You can see it from miles away. Everybody knows about this. Why have they never gone here? Why have they never heard of this? So, they find some people and they kill them very, very brutally. And then for some reason, Spike wants to leave and he's got plenty of opportunities to run away, but he doesn't. And then meanwhile, Kelson is solving the problem of the infected by basically getting high with Samson, who has the best character arc. And by the way, his penis isn't hanging out the whole time. Ralph Fiennes shows his for a while. There's so many penises in this movie. I didn't quite understand the need or necessity for that. I get that it's 28 years later, right? And things have fallen apart, and the infected no longer are caring for themselves, and their clothes have fallen away and all that sort of thing. But so many other things are still intact, and that doesn't really make any sense to me. I understand also that this is basically an analogy or a metaphor for Brexit and the rise of the Tories and the Conservative Party and all that sort of thing. But it falls apart. It doesn't really hold up to close inspection. I think it is an okay movie at best. I think the violence is pretty good. There are some cool jump scares in this, but there's too much of this, like Dr. Ian and Ralph Fiennes, just completely wasted. The way this movie ends, I find just completely ridiculous. It obviously sets up another one. It seems like we are going to have a fifth movie in the series, with Cillian Murphy, who, by the way, is also an executive producer in this. So surprise, he's got another movie coming where he's going to be the star. So there we are. I don't think it's a good movie. I don't think it's really worth your time. If you're invested in this series, it's fine. I'm going to give it a 7 because there are some really, really effective scenes in this. And some of it is beautiful. It's great to look at, but otherwise it's too jarring. The story of Samson. Oh, by the way, the infected, the rage virus is apparently really easy to overcome. Kelson has like 6 pills that he gives Samson and cures him for a while. No fucking sense at all. I don't know. Again, that's where we go. I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna go with a 7 on this. At the best, a 7. So anyways, I appreciate you all. Please like, share, subscribe. I will see you after the next movie.